my name is Tatiana and I am a homeowner in Milton, Ontario. I live in a house that is a typical subdivision dwelling. There are tens of thousands of homes like this all over Ontario. And I'm sure that some of my home organizational challenges would be near dear to the hearts of many. I live in bungalow loft, and bungalow loft is amazing house construction that has your master bedroom, master bathroom, walk-in closet on the main level. And my second floor has only 2 guest bedrooms and a bathroom. But like everything good always comes at the expense that you had to give something up. And I think in this house, this is kitchen. The kitchen for this particular house with 46 feet lot in its width, 2 garages. And the kitchen like this is not typical kitchen. It's small. So today I'd like to share 5 major solutions how you can expand your kitchen counter space and things that most people overlook. I did overlook for sure. So it is unbelievable how underused these places in the most kitchens, because people keep their waste containers, their garbage, and as a result it becomes like a big massive pile of garbage. So not using the space under the sink, I think, is the biggest blunders we can make. So mine is obviously not ideal, but I try to keep it as functional as possible. For example, we use linen napkins for all our meals, with very, very few exceptions. And I've created a station where all these napkins are being piled up in this basket, and when time comes, it all goes to laundry. So this is my napkin collection space. I have 2-tier drawer for the kitchen cleaning supplies. And what is really, really, really important for me was to install a garburator, because all the waste, all those smelly leftovers goes to the garburator right away, pum pum, and my kitchen is clean. And I like the idea of having something like this, a caddy, a cleaning caddy. I bought this specific one in farmhouse style, and it has all the necessary things, like a quick cleaning solution, the brushes, the Swiffers, and I know when I need to do my regular cleanup, it's all here. I also seen that, and this is on my list to do, you can glue something like a plastic magazine holder to your door, and that will serve as a storage for foil paper, for plastic paper, for some Ziploc bags. I'm planning to install some hooks here. Not install, you just get and you glue some that would hold something. And this is the space that can take a lot of little items and keep this organized. And one more thing, please, if you can, substitute your dishwashing liquid with something like this, more presentable. Please do so, because it just cheapens the look of any kitchen when you see those Walmart sold dishwashing supplies. So I taking this out. Actually, I would keep it in my garage, but for now I'll put it here, and I'll substitute it with a very nice looking bottle. The other piece that I'm constantly fighting with is these kind of bottles. They again cheapen your kitchen and make it look cluttered. So as soon as I get my oils, I have these nice bottles. One designated for avocado oil and one is for olive oil. They're so lovely. I like cooking with them, and I also like putting them right on the table because they are much prettier than those bottles you buy in the grocery store. And for this use, I bought this 2-tier shelf that keeps these oils. Also, if you look at this big bottle of avocado oil, how are you going to store it? You cannot do it in a 2-tier shelf. The next most underutilized place to store things is our fridge. I know that a lot of families have overstuffed fridges, no matter how big these fridges are. I'm very lucky that this kitchen, being as small as it is, allows for a bigger fridge. And at the beginning, when I just moved in, I thought I wouldn't need a big fridge, and I bought a smaller fridge, which was a horrible mistake. It was so ugly because it was leaving some space from the side, from the top. If there is anything you should not be trying to save your money and cut corners, is your fridge. Get the best you can afford, because it will pay off over the very, very long term. So in the fridge you can store so much, and all that so much goes away from the kitchen. Here I will have a separate video about the fridge organization, but in a nutshell, try to organize your fridge according to your eating habits. And if you want to change your eating habits, you change your fridge organization. That's the easiest solution. So fridge can hold a lot. I actually have some of my creams here, and it does a really good job. So for example, bread. This bread is taking so much space on the counter. I keep it in a freezer, or I have designated a special space which actually says breads, to keep the breads that we are using. Since most of the time, if we eat bread, and my husband loves bread, Stephen loves it very much, if we eat bread, it's usually toasted, or we use panini press. So it's really never used as is anyway, so why not keep it in the fridge? So a lot of space clears up from your counter. So that guy goes in the freezer for now. Next most overlooked opportunity to save counter space is keeping small appliances in the cupboards. And you may argue with me that you may not have enough cupboard space to begin with. That's another problem with small kitchens. But if you just try to find a space that is a little house for a coffee maker, a little place for the toaster, it can also free up some space. For example, this is a clean kitchen. All the dishes are done, the floor is clean, the sink is reasonably clean, but it's messy because it has all these things, and you want to clear all of this out. And now I'm going to take this coffee maker that we use every day or every other day. It's really nice coffee maker by Krups, because you can push the button and you can do something else. I don't like coffee makers that you have to constantly press them, because this is the time sucker. And you may think, oh, come on, that's only 30 seconds. Yeah, multiply those 30 seconds by 300 days in a year and you will see my point. So I like the coffee maker that you push the button and it does the job, and you have that 30 seconds to clear something up, to check into other things. And I really prefer not to have it on my countertop. So this place that it's so conveniently located on top of where we usually make our coffees, I designated for coffee house. This is my coffee house. So we have our honey, maple syrup, cinnamon, cardamom, vanilla, all here. So in my mind, I know that my tea and coffee place is here. So anything I may need for coffee or tea ceremony is located in this place. We had to adjust the shelf a little bit lower in order to make it higher to store this little appliance. And voila, it goes right in. And the coffee pot, what we're not using coffee maker, we're using French press. And the French press, after it's washed and dried, goes here as well. It's enough space to store both. So yeah, the coffee goes here. My food processing supplies, they all have their house too. So this area where I have my toaster occasionally, and I really like to keep nice and nice and neat, available for chopping and cooking. Underneath, I have my food processing drawer. So this is the pull-out shelf, which my builder installed. And if you are buying the new construction home, please get as many of those as you possibly can. That was a bit of a fluke that I got a few of them, and I just pray to God that I have those. I wish I had more. I do leave my Vitamix blender on purpose because I want to be triggered to make a smoothie or something healthy like cashew cream or pesto, and when I see my Vitamix blender, I am inspired and I am reminded that Tatiana, there is some healthy eating opportunity waiting for you. So I don't put it away, otherwise I would probably found a place for it. Another thing that I am constantly fighting with is my toaster. So if you could see this space between the fridge and stove, it's tiny. It's just so small. It is in a way perfect to hold a big toaster. I had just regular toasters for 2 slices of bread for years, and I think it's a waste of money because you need usually more than 2 slices, and the 4 slicer takes almost the same amount of space, and it mentally takes the same amount of space in your and it visually takes that space. So why not have something that you use all the time, but just bigger and better? But nevertheless, it does take this whole area, and when I am cooking, I really kind of have this elbow problem with it, that it's on my way. So we are not using this every day, and when we are not using it, it goes on top of the fridge. So because the toaster is a nice classy model, it's stainless steel, and my fridge is stainless steel, kind of looks fine. Because imagine this toaster being black or purple or some crazy color, it probably would look like a blot in the kitchen. So I would also, before you buy a toaster, I would buy the most expensive one you can afford, because it does a lot of work for you, and it has to look as appealing as possible because it's very difficult to hide it. So my hiding space for this is on the fridge, and also it is hidden reasonably close, so when I need to do this bread toasting, it's there. So here's the little neurolinguistic programming for you. Because bread is not usually good for the waistline, I love this idea, because sometimes when I see my toaster up there, I think, not gonna do this toast. I'll have some nuts, or I'll have an apple. And it's quite the opposite thing. It's quite the opposite strategy with my Vitamix blender that is having its prominent place on my kitchen counter. The next thing you can do is adding furniture to your kitchen that is not kitchen furniture, that it's more like dining room or even living room pieces. So one piece that I added as a non-kitchen furniture is this metal rack that gets some load from the counters. What I found that it's very easy to clutter this as well. So I got these farmhouse style boxes, and I got 2 similar ones that interestingly keep things visually in order. So when I get my bananas and tomatoes that can't be stored in the fridge and take too much counter space, I put those into these containers. So I also have this nice vintage box from Workbook Champagne that I bought on eBay, and it stores my linen napkins. And because it's there, you don't have to go to the attic to get those linen embroidery napkins. It's kind of easy, because when we sit at the table, and sometimes I forget to put linen napkins, they're right at hand. And all my cooking books and home maintenance binder, food planning binder are all residing in this container as well. And I think when you keep things in containers, it visually creates this organized look. The other non-kitchen item in my kitchen is this distressed night table. It was used in the living room before to keep books and DVDs, but I thought, why wouldn't I try to extend this counter space that I'm craving for and storage space that I'm craving for? So don't be afraid of mixing and matching furniture. I found that today we even see the trend that too matchy is the sign of very limited and not sophisticated taste. And it serves beautifully. So when I have things like chargers, some packs, some knickknacks, I don't know how to call this. I have these drawers that store this. I have a special shopping book which I use to go shopping. It's really, I think, life very nice and cool, and it goes into one of these drawers. We also have some board games, such as mini version of Scrabble, some cards, some notebooks organized in these drawers. So when we sit and have a night of board game, it's all handy. Also, I keep some oversized glasses and like these beer glasses that don't go into any cupboards. I keep them here. If I want to have a big bowl of salad, I know that my salad bowl is here. Like I showed you before with dishwasher soap. Try to avoid all this Walmart packages, and for this you can get a really nice Kleenex box. I have 2 of them in my house. And you put this and it looks so much better, so much cleaner, I think, in your kitchen. All right, the other thing I'd like to mention, it took me a while to get to this idea to use my bicycle purse. I'm using it when I'm going biking and then I'm listening to music. It took me a while to adopt this for my cleaning routine. So when I am doing my chores in the house, which we all have to do, and sometimes they are exciting when you're changing something, when you're reorganizing something, but sometimes they're not that exciting when you have to clean your floors and put the dishes. So have something like this, get your phone inside and have Audible, a bunch of books lined up for you to listen. It's unbelievable how many books you can listen to while you're doing your cleaning. And mind you, I would not listen Anna Karenina or Crime and Punishment on those devices. I would listen to maybe motivational book or something that doesn't require underlining and thinking. I think the other useful thing you can do to keep your countertops under control is to establish your dishwashing routine. In our family, for example, I am responsible for every single piece of dirty dishes going to the dishwasher in the evening, and no matter how tired I am, when I go to sleep, there's not a single piece of dirty dishes, and everything is washing while we're sleeping. In the morning, when Steven wakes up earlier than me and he does the coffee, and my goal is for him to make it so nice and clean on the coffee side here. So it's so easy for him to do it. And while he is waiting for the coffee to brew, and that takes 3 minutes, he unloads the dishwasher. Yeah, lucky me. That's a great husband to have. As we move along the day, anything new that we generate, obviously, goes right in. And this routine helps us a lot, that we don't have to deal with any dirty dishes on the counters. Well, I'd like to share with you that I absolutely hate having this on my kitchen. It belongs in a pantry. So as a solution, you can buy these beautiful jars, and these are Kilner jars. You can find them on Amazon, but just be careful that sometimes they're so overpriced. And those ones I bought in Hudson Bay, actually, because Amazon had some crazy price. It was like $60 for 2 jars with shipping. And Hudson Bay here in Canada delivered them for free, and they were like $6 or $7 a jar. So you can organize your condiments in those jars. And look, if you need to serve it, you just take the artisanal looking cutting board, you put all these 3 jars, you can put a lemon, you can put, you know, this little sprig of something, maybe a knife, and here looks, and here looks so much more presentable. And this goes to the pantry. Well, this house is a bungalow loft, so I have my master bathroom, master bedroom, walk-in closet, another bedroom, another bathroom, all on the main floor. And as a result, something has to let go, and that was kitchen and very limited space. But there was linen closet, which I don't need, because for this master bedroom, I have very spacious night tables that hold all my linens. And I don't have that many linens. I have 2 sets, which I alternate. So this linen closet is serving me like a pantry. And this is where I keep everything, and there will be another video about how do you maximize and organize a pantry. It's reasonably close to my kitchen, so I'll show you how far it is from. So this is the hallway, this is the kitchen. And right here is my kitchen, and right here is my pantry. It's actually not too far from the kitchen, and most big kitchens have pantry as far as this one from the fridge, so there's no problem. And all the items that belong here are all separated from the cupboards. Now this kitchen counter looks neat, obviously clean, and just asking, like, please use me, let's have all these great meals prepared here. And this is what I want to happen in my day-to-day life. I want to be inspired, and I want zero impediment for a healthy cooking, which leads to healthy living. This was Tatiana Terekhova. Thank you very much for watching. And for those of you who want to find my workbook that is available for sale on my website, please check the link below, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.